Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to import your Amazon monthly reports into this handy Amazon seller importer spreadsheet that I have if you sell on Amazon and need to add Amazon sales and fees to your Etsy seller spreadsheet quickly and easily. So first you're going to log into your Amazon seller account. And to find the report that we need, we are going to click Reports in the upper toolbar up here. And then we're going to click the Date Range Reports link. And then we're going to click Generate a Report. And for report type, we're going to select Transaction. And then you're going to generate the report for whatever month that you want. So let's do January 2016 and then click Generate. Now you might have to wait a moment or two for Amazon to generate the report that you requested, and if you see it listed as in progress, just wait a few seconds and you can click refresh, and usually the download button will appear. So click download, and that's going to download the report that we need onto your computer. Now then you can open the report that's downloaded, and what we do next is going to differ whether you're in Excel or numbers. So I'm going to show you how to do it in Excel, and there are text instructions for how to do this in numbers in the course itself. In the Amazon monthly transaction CSV file that we just opened, we're going to hover our cursor right here over this box that's directly above the number 1 and directly to the left of the column A. Okay, so see when I hover my cursor right here in this little corner box, it turns into this special diagonal black arrow. When that happens, I'm going to click that little box and it's going to highlight all my data on this tab. Okay, so now that everything is highlighted, I'm going to copy. I can either do Control C or Command C, or I can go to Edit Copy, or I can right click copy, however you want to do it, your favorite way to copy data, copy, and then navigate back to the Amazon seller importer. Go to the monthly tab that we're about to import, which in this case is January. And then I'm going to click that same little box to the left of A and right above 1 so that my entire sheet is highlighted. And then I'm just going to paste. So now all that data is now pasted into my Amazon seller importer spreadsheet. So now that this is pasted, I can go to my Amazon total tab and see some amounts generated here. Okay, so after you copy that in for each month, the Amazon seller importer spreadsheet is going to pull in your total Amazon sales, which per Amazon is already netted with your refunds. So this $2,700 right here is January total sales minus any refunds issued. Refunds are already included in this number. It's going to show you your shipping credits, which is the equivalent of what customers paid you for shipping. Gift wrap credits, which is the amount any customer paid you for gift wrapping. And both of those amounts are going to be considered revenue, so they're in the revenue section. We're also going to see our 3 types of Amazon fees, which are the seller fees, the FBA fees, and the shipping services. And the shipping services is basically your shipping expense if you pay for postage through Amazon's shipping service program. And then we're also going to see any sales tax that we collected if you have sales tax set up for your Amazon customers. And then finally, this amount right here, the Amazon payments to bank account, are just any transfers that Amazon processed from your net sales to your actual bank account. So just in case you want to track that amount on the side. Alright, so after you do your monthly import of your Amazon transactions in your import spreadsheet, you want to save this file and for your records, and then enter the amounts that you just totaled up over on your main seller spreadsheet. I'm going to walk you through how to do this using the Etsy seller spreadsheet, but it works similarly if you're using the PayPal seller spreadsheet, the Shopify version, etc. The first thing you'll want to do is figure out where on your main seller spreadsheet you want to add these newly totaled numbers. Now you might want to add all of these rows one by one in your seller spreadsheet, or you might just want to total up everything and enter it in one row on your seller spreadsheet. I'll walk you through how to do both. So let's say you want to give each of these their own row over on your seller spreadsheet. You can do that by renaming these. So I want to have Amazon sales. You just click and type and it'll rename them. Amazon sales tax collected, shipping credits, and not a lot of people get gift wrap credits, so you could just stop here. But if you want to add another row, I'll show you how to do that because it's a good skill to know. You just highlight right where you want to add the new row. I clicked the 10 for row 10 and it selects the whole row, and then I can right click and go to insert, or I can go to the insert menu and insert a row. So I'm going to call this gift wrap credit. The only trick with adding a new row, especially if you're adding it like right above the total line here, is that it's not going to, your formulas, your monthly formulas, are not going to automatically include that new row in their sum. See, it's B4, which is right here, through B9. So we're not adding the gift wrap credits in our total revenue like we need to. And in order to do that, to fix the formula, you're going to have to unlock the tab to be able to do that. And it's not that big of a deal. There's no password required. I have the tab locked for your own protection so that you don't accidentally delete a formula. But we can unlock it real quick. You just go to the review menu and then click this sheet button. Now this whole tab is unlocked, so be careful. So to fix this formula, I'm just going to click it up here. It's going to highlight what's included in the sum formula, and I'm just going to extend it. I'm going to go to this lower right hand corner until my cursor changes, drag it down. Now we're including B10, so you can just hit enter. And now it's going to include all the cells that we need it to. So I'm going to copy this formula to all the other months so that February, March, April, they all sum the new gift wrap credits amount as well. To do that, I'm going to click the formula that I want to copy. Again, bottom right hand corner until my cursor changes, and now I can just click and drag all the way over and boom, then hit enter. Now all of these include the gift wrap credit in the sum. So see, for example, my formula should change. It did. So now I know it's working. Also, when you add a new row, your yearly sum is not going to magically appear for the new row. So you'll want to do the same thing. Take the formula from the row above it, copy it down, and now this yearly amount is summing your new row B10. So that's how you add a new row, and that's how you make sure the formulas in the spreadsheet are accounting for that new row. Now I can relock this tab by clicking the sheet button. It's going to say, is this what you want to do? Do you need a password? You don't need to do anything. Just click OK. All right. So I've added in the rows for my sales, and now I can do the same for my expenses. So I'm just going to rename these to selling expenses to account for my seller fees and my FBA fees, and instead of making a new row for shipping expenses, I'm just going to enter that directly on my yellow postage tab like I do with my Etsy shipping labels. And then I'm gonna, since this isn't really an expense, I'm just gonna leave it on my import spreadsheet and not take this over to my main seller spreadsheet. But if you wanted to, you could. You would just make another, below the line, below your net profit line row right here to enter those numbers in. All right, so then I would just straight up copy these amounts into my new rows. So I would say $2,787 for my Amazon, $0 for my sales tax collected, $414.20 for my shipping credits, 0 for gift wrap, and then let's do my fees, and now I'm good to go. Keep in mind you don't need to enter those expenses as negative. The spreadsheet knows that they're expenses. And now everything that needs to be taken into account over here is here. All right, so I just kind of rewound a little bit. Alternatively, let's say you don't want to add 4 entire new rows to your main seller spreadsheet to break out all this data row by row. You might prefer to just make one row here for your Amazon net sales, and you can just put this number here, the total revenue from Amazon, taking all these things into account. I'm just going to put the full $3,201.20 there for my January Amazon net sales. I'm saving this file so I've got the breakout detail if I need it, and I'm just going to put it on one row. I kind of like that way better because I don't know about you, but I don't like to have a whole bunch of rows going on here if it's detail that I don't really need to see. It takes up too much space on my spreadsheet. So the only other thing that we need to cover, actually there's 2 things. First, your shipping labels. You can enter them on the yellow tab if you want. This is for the whole month of January. So I'm just going to date it as of January 31st. I'm going to put that entire shipping label expense and just enter it right here. And now it's going to flow with my total postage costs over to the monthly tab. So then the only other thing that I want to take care of is dealing with my Amazon sales tax. Now, there's a couple different ways you can go about doing this. You can just leave your sales tax tab here with all the info that you need here on the import spreadsheet itself, or if you want to copy any of this pertinent data over here below the line just so that you can keep all your stuff in one place, you can do that too. And I mean, again, I'm using 2 different states as examples here, so I'm kind of confusing myself with this fake data. But what I would do if I wanted to have it all in one place is I'd type in, Amazon Alabama sales for January, and then I'd type in whatever the amount was from over here, just so that when it comes time to do your tax form, you have it all in one place without having to open all your spreadsheets. But you can also leave it over here too. Just make sure that when you're sitting down to do those state sales tax forms, you do make sure to include your in-state sales and your gross sales from all your sales sources: Etsy, Amazon, Shopify, PayPal, everything together, not just one. Don't forget about the other ones. I hope that makes sense. So that is how you can quickly and easily move the amounts that you're calculating with your Amazon import over to your main seller spreadsheet.